Imagine England was a developing country right now and we had the political system we do, bro. We wouldn't get anywhere. Everyone would be fighting like...
Imagine this, bro. He wakes up, they've had a heavy night, and they're hungover, and some guy from the IRS or... Yo, the girl you were with last night, she was 15, bro. What? Don't worry. Don't want to know.
Don't worry about it. We're cool.
Just,
don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You know, you just...
We're brothers.
Don't worry about
We're
it.
brothers.
Yeah, we're cool.
Don't worry about it. If you're a gay guy and you're 15 years old and you're dating someone 32 years older than me, I would be worried about the 15-year-old's health. It wouldn't be healthy even if it's an older woman, but it's definitely not healthy if it's a man. Yeah, we know your secret, boy.
Time is 1:58.
1:58.
Monday, 25th March.
Monday, 25th of March. What's the latest
Proper report.
madness, bro?
The latest madness. There's a lot going on in the world right now, isn't there? Crazy.
Too much smut being sent to each other, not on the intention of smut, just because we're bringing attention to the madness that's going on.
Where do we start? Which topic should we choose as a question?
Let's go in soft and start with what's going on with crypto at the moment.
Yeah, cool. Crypto's popping right now.
So what's the situation, bro? What's going off? What's going wrong? Where should people be?
Something mad has happened right now, actually. So the Binance Nigeria, the government basically declared war on them. Not war on them, but basically said Binance should not be operating in Nigeria. Hand over information of 100 top users.
So the Nigerian government just went after Binance.
Yeah. Again.
And they want people, it doesn't necessarily pertain to Nigerian people, so they just want details of could be anyone.
No, top 100 users in Nigeria. So who's putting money in there? Because they feel that Binance is devaluing the Nigerian currency because people are turning their Naira into Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies.
Really?
So it's starting to happen, like what's going to happen all over the world soon enough.
Is it really?
Yeah. So what happened is originally they started with getting rid of the old banknotes. So they're saying there's too much fraud with old banknotes. Hand in your old banknotes, we'll give you new ones. They didn't print enough. But this was by design. It wasn't an accident. They said, we got CBDCs, just download the phone app. You can send money to each other. You don't need a card payment machine. You don't need anything to take payments. You could just pay phone to phone. That happened. The system clogged up. Payments weren't going through. There's panic. People couldn't run their market stores. People couldn't get food. People were getting scammed. And then what happened is people were paying a premium for notes. People were paying 25% above marks. So if you had a £10 note, I'll be transferring you £12.50 because I don't trust it. So they became a black market for notes.
So now they want the top 100 users. And what do you reckon they intend on doing to these top 100 users?
Confiscating their money, I reckon, personally.
And then taking it back for themselves?
Yeah.
And what kind of wealth would the top 100 users make up?
It'll be in like the 100 mil plus probably.
Crazy money.
Yeah.
The kind of money that the government could make some use of then as well.
Yeah, people in Nigeria are stupidly rich. They got a crazy rich-poor divide. Like some of the richest people you'll meet, like federal rich, will be Nigeria, like one of the countries with the largest amount of like undercover billionaires.
Mad, bro. I'm going to get some gold, man.
Yeah, gold is the one. Yeah, honestly, gold. This is the crazy thing about gold right now. So the amount of gold ETFs being held by banks are going down, but the price of gold is going up. So one's going down, which normally means if people are buying ETFs, which is what large banks use to buy gold, right? Gold should go up with it. But the amount of ETFs held is going down and gold's going up.
Yeah, I think it's because of China, Russia, and the American government stockpiling.
Yeah, Iran as well. Iran, China,
as well,
Russia, every BRICS country, Brazil, they will be stocking up on gold right now. That's what happens. And that normally famously means we're going to have a big war because every time there's a war, gold climbs up before the war actually starts. I mean, we're constantly in a state of war, but a bigger war.
What do you see the war, and what do you think is going to happen?
Where do I see it? I see it as Ukraine thing kind of grows from there. Maybe, I don't know. It's a tough one. But I think China-Taiwan will happen. You know, the chip war's warming up. They've just banned the use of chips, Intel chips and this, that and the other here and there and everywhere.
I would like to see what's going to happen with that because that will really, for me, show just how suicidal our government is. Because if our government, or not our government, I say I mean the proverbial our of the US, because the US is our collective government, really.
It's daddy.
But when we say that the US government, if they even go near the idea of going to a hot war because of Taiwan, they know for sure that then they're just trying to implode the country. Because with the maneuver of them bringing the chips over, which is trying to ensure their future, that would only be to disrupt the world going to war with China. That would never work out well, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not beneficial for anyone.
Nah.
We're all better off with just remaining how we are, you know, letting China have chips because we buy the stuff. It's like a harmonious relationship. We got cheap goods. We wouldn't have TVs in every corner of our house if it wasn't for China. You know what I mean?
Is China still a huge, huge importer of American goods, yeah?
I don't think it was ever a huge import of goods, was it? Because of their import tax.
It's
They're
not
just
sending goods to
sorry.
America.
Export,
Export
yeah,
to
still,
America.
still massive export, yeah.
It is, yeah. So in that way, that's a good insurance against us going to a hot war with China, right?
So this is this is a crazy part, right? China is the largest holder of U.S. treasury bonds,
Okay.
and if they sold all their bonds in one day, they'd literally crash the American stock market. But if they did that, America would stop printing money to buy more goods. So it's like a weird relationship, because China could effectively kill the American economy, even if they just stopped exporting stuff to them. But they need for dollars to come over, which they trade for other goods. You know what I mean? But they're slowly moving away by buying the gold, by using the yuan, by using rubles, and doing direct trades with like India and Russia and Iran for gold and oil and that. They could kind of sustain that.
It's crazy, man.
So it's always like, it seems suicidal. Like, why are we always going to war? It's not beneficial for anyone out there.
We haven't not been at war in some capacity since the 2000s, right?
We haven't not ever been in not war. We've had zero peacetime since World War II. I think we had like 4 years maybe.
And I think that World War II, when all those deals were done with the Middle East, where like they gave land to the people who had left Germany, and I think that that's when America entered that war. America have never left war since, and I believe the reason is like the war machine suddenly started going, and then you set like a level of requirement for funds, all these new jobs, all these new supply chains, and then it's basically become America's biggest business, right? War.
Yeah, oil and war basically are two things,
and they like hand in hand together, don't they?
Yeah.
And up until that point in World War II, see, I was trying to understand, because back in the day I saw these things like when USA realized, as the history tells us, they needed to get into the war at this point. I wonder if they got in because they knew it could be won and they needed to help. Because at this point, they'd been peaceful. They refused to get involved in the war. Which for me, I'm like reading that. Like, how does that make any sense? Because US refusing to get to war, that's not the US I know. So why did they not get involved in World War II up until that point? I really want to understand history better, because I don't believe...
And also they had a gory divorce from the UK. Remember that, from England? Like, their war was against us. Yeah, so that last war was against us. So technically, we kind of were still cool. But did they really want to help their old slave master? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They did what benefited them, basically. They were selling us, they were loaning us money, selling us arms. But I'm pretty sure they're selling Germany arms too. I can't remember. So it's like, that's probably where it started. They got the bug.
And then they set up... It's almost like...
bug.
Yeah, is that what do you reckon happened? They
Maybe.
got money from that, and then it carried on forever.
Well, the reason they got super powerful is, firstly, they didn't really get damaged by World War II because they sat back, their economy grew. You know, you had Henry Ford, he's producing the bombers, wasn't he? The B-52 bombers, I think he produced them.
Right.
So they were getting mad growth from the war, and their dollar was stable because every other currency in the world got completely obliterated. So what happened after World War II is the American dollar became the world reserve currency because it was the only one which is kind of intact.
Right.
With relative credibility. And then obviously they started saying, oh, it's gold backed, blah, blah, blah. And eventually they started printing and everyone had their gold over there. And they said, your gold's with us and we give you the dollars, it's safe. And then I think the French got worried, like, hold on, we don't know how much gold you got, and you keep printing money and sending it all over the world to do whatever you want, because they pretty much had a money printer at that point. And then France asked for their gold back with, I think with an army, with like a navy gunner or something. They went there to collect it, and they were refused. So I think at that point they bought over the French government, obviously, and then, yeah.
I wonder why they didn't want to get involved in war, why they were motivated by peace at that point. I wonder what the setup with the military-industrial complex was, because it seems odd to me that they weren't involved. Because that's a money grab opportunity, isn't it?
Well, it's a no-brainer because let everyone get tired, because it was a long war, wasn't it? It's a world war, like 4 years had gone on, and everyone's getting exhausted, their resources are running out. Like, why would they get involved early? They could just clean up like they did.
For dough.
But they were making dough anyway along that 4 years.
More money, innit?
What, by sending people?
Yeah, because everything's money. Everything's resource. The minute you move money, the people in charge are getting richer. You mobilize people, you mobilize weapons, you mobilize bullets, you mobilize tanks, you mobilize cars, you mobilize everything. Everything equals dollars, money to the people. Because I don't believe that any thing is about, they're tired, they're this. That's what doesn't make sense to me. So really what I guess I'm saying is whatever evil mechanism clicked in the war machine clicked in at that point. Because what you're saying there is like a humanitarian thing, like, they're tired, you wouldn't want to do it, which is, that's like, that's what humans say. But that's not the notion that they have.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So think about this. They wouldn't care if people are tired or not. That's just more guns, more bullets can be shot, more money. Would a politician who's being financed care about that?
Yeah.
I don't think today's politicians would be waiting 2 or 3 years. Put it that way.
No. Now they're going first.
Now they go in first.
And they tell everyone else, you need to come as well.
Yeah. And they hold back certain parts of the truth, which I'm sure they've always been doing. But now it's literally in our faces, you know, like, oh, that post has just been removed. You just put that story up, it only got 100 views, even though you get a few hundred every time, you know? Like,
yeah.
Anything that doesn't fit the
crazy.
agenda.
That's why they're trying to ban TikTok, because they're worried that the Gen Z are showing sympathy for the so-called aggressors and not having sympathy for the so-called victims. So
It's a very interesting time, isn't it? Because the aggressors were obviously victims back in the 1940s, and they have undone. I saw Alex Jones talking about this. They have undone all of the goodwill they had. Because I think before, 8 out of 10 Americans believed in their cause, even if they weren't seeing the truth, because the doctrination was so strong. But now what TikTok's done, what, like you said, mobile phones, everyone taking videos has done is everyone has just woken up. And now I think that they've got less than 80% of support over there. And at the base level, when people use their own eyes and they see that people aren't being treated like humans, and that it's just pure evil. And you can say whatever snapshot, like, these group of people died, these group of people murdered. You ever seen that? They always do that. Like, 10 people died here, 10 people murdered here. Like, whoa. Why is when you shoot someone, it's just a death, nonchalant, and when they shoot back, it's murder? Doesn't make any sense. Or not even shoot back. Just when one person shoots, why is one murder, one death? That makes no sense. They're the same adjective. It's just cold. And if you digest that news and it's just evil, man.
They're always trying to justify the tit for tat, aren't they? Like, oh, they did this, they did that, so we did this. And they attack back with like 10 times brutality.
It's cold, man.
So where do you reckon we're going to end up, though, in the next election, before elections? What do you reckon is going to happen with all this war stuff? Because it seems like we're getting to a real boiling point, and it's been like that for a while, but it feels super close now.
I think that if Trump gets in, it will save us for 4 years. But I think that it's all over anyway. I think that the problem is it's a uniparty, but Trump's heading up part of that uniparty in a way that is like a bulldozer, so he's not going to take the orders. I genuinely believe if Trump doesn't get taken out and he gets in charge, I think he will prevent war. But I believe that the agenda of his party is still war, so it would only hold us for a little bit. But that could be enough time to put the brakes on this thing, because I think currently what we have operating when Biden is doing this, I seriously think we're a couple of clicks away from complete annihilation.
Yeah, I think regardless of who wins, I think there'll be some sort of annihilation, because I don't think they're going to let him win or stay. And if he doesn't win, there'll be some sort of like civil war, I reckon. And if he loses, there'll still probably be a civil war. You know what I mean?
Well, let me just think about it. We're talking about annihilation and civil wars coming if he loses, but do you think we could have always thought about this kind of thing if we'd gone down the rabbit hole, or it really is at a cliff edge more than it's ever been before?
Well, I mean, I've kind of been down the rabbit holes before with previous ones, and I never thought it was that, but this gap is getting crazy between both parties, isn't it? It was never like that before. What
feels dangerous to you?
The fact that both parties are getting more and more desperate because they feel like, you know, like I'm actually going to face consequence for this. So they're getting more and more brave. Like the whole flying, they flew like 320,000 people from other countries, like collected them with helicopters and
to
planes.
America.
Yeah.
What, for votes?
Well, to rescue them from Haiti, like a place which is suffering like some mad like uprising.
And do you know the story of Haiti?
You'd think
as well,
it's a
bro?
goodwill thing.
Do you know the story of Haiti as well?
How far back?
With Clinton's the reason why they even have to supply food and save them right now.
Yeah, go on.
Clinton Foundation. Haiti is one of the biggest things. If you go back to the 2016 election when Clinton's talking about Haiti, and Trump would say stuff, he'd be like, yeah, you want to see how she's helped out Haiti? Don't let her tell that to you. And I started researching it. It's because Russell Brand, actually, so shout out to Russell Brand, did a video on it, and I just took time. Like, That's what's good about some of these things. Things that I wouldn't previously taken any attention to. I'm like, let's see what this Haiti thing is. And what it did is, I believe it's Virginia where the Clintons are from. And he had set up, so I'm going there to finance all these people. Yo, we'll help you out, give you money for this land, do this land, we're going to help the rice, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, a few bits of legislation, what do you call it when they did it to Venezuela, when they sanctions?
Yeah.
A few little sanctions on their supply of rice, obviously for their benefit. And now it's $300 more per ton to buy rice in Haiti than it is from US in Haiti. So now they buy all of their rice from the Clintons.
Mad.
And they're dying, and they can't even buy rice at a reasonable price from their own place where labor's a lot cheaper, all this stuff. But just the sanctions have managed to make rice grown indigenously $300 more per ton. I think it's per ton. You have to quote me on that, but it's definitely a lot more money. And I think that's just crazy. And this is when you start to realize that there was like, oh yeah, she was the first woman. She was going to be president. No, she's an evil POS, and she's killing people. It's famine. And actually, I think the real tragedy here, like they're setting up a pier because maybe they're going to displace a load of innocent people. But really, what the tragedy is, I believe that, and this I'm not saying it. I don't believe in being negative. What I see realistically is the way things are going. I believe we're going to see maybe in the millions of people die from famine.
Yeah.
And also, I was going down into this news, but again, I can't corroborate this because I don't know how they get the data. But Alex Jones, I believe him to be a credible source, even though he's had a lot. But they're saying 80 million people right now are dying of famine.
Mad. 80?
The biggest famine we've ever had, ever. And he thinks that maybe this stuff that's going on, the reason they're being so brutal is like to make sure that that's kind of in the news while some other stuff, like it's just all like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. It's crazy.
Where's the other famines going on?
I'll do the video on, but I believe this Haiti, because he was really concerned about that. He said that there's more crises than we know right now. The famine isn't even being talked about.
Yeah, so they were saying last year when this Ukraine thing happened, so I've had a lot of pasta and that stocked up anyway because of this. When the Ukraine thing first happened, I was reading about it, and they're saying the price of wheat's going to go up because most of wheat is produced in Ukraine, and now. So there was kind of some emergency deals made because they got a port which the Russians had bombarded, and they let the wheat go through because they knew what would happen to certain countries and to keep the price of wheat down would hurt everyone. So they did get wheat out of Ukraine, but obviously now they're running out of men to work the farms, and this is the crazy part, right? Well, we're more doomed than other places because China has, I think, over 500 days worth of calories in storage for the whole majority of the population. While us over here, we've got like a week or two max. Because they think ahead and they plan about these things. But our government doesn't do that because our government's all just fighting each other. They just got one guy who's like, stockpile the grain, stockpile the rice, stockpile the meat. They've got crazy amounts of food stockpiles, enough for like a year.
Yeah, that's interesting because the Uniparty gets rid of the other person's supplies, doesn't it? Like Uniparty comes up, like, yo, we don't need all this salt. Yo, we don't need all this, whatever it is. And they just get rid of things, don't they?
They get stuff done quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why like countries like Dubai can come out overnight, 20 years, and they're just... Imagine England was a developing country right now and we had the political system we do, bro. We wouldn't get anywhere. Everyone would be fighting like, oh, this thing, and too much red tape. So China's got a crazy amount of calories saved up for their population. And they got all the farms, they got everything. They get everything in-house. They don't need to import that much stuff. So, and they're connected to Russia, you know what I mean? They've got everything they need. While in UK and Europe, we get everything from the supermarket. We've got, potatoes and cows?
Yeah.
Some goats, a couple of chickens. But like we need to import food to feed them. And then now you've got people in Holland and Poland who are blocking Ukrainian wheat coming in because they're saying that it's making farming unaffordable for them. So it's kind of like another piece of puzzle too now. So they're saying we need to stop Russian and Ukrainian wheat coming into Europe because it's making ours unaffordable to farm. But inadvertently, they're probably starving us, They might just be another monopoly piece, annoy the farmers so they stop Russian wheat coming in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I reckon we should do some more digging now on the situation of this famine, bro, because that could be the thing where they're literally counting tens of millions through the back door. Yeah. I only heard about it last night that apparently it's a crisis that no one's reporting on and it's wild out of control right now.
Yeah, because even about 2-3 years ago, there was a famine in Yemen, and they're saying 80 million are due to starve just in Yemen alone because Saudi had blockaded it because of the Houthis or whatever.
Really?
Yeah, they're trying to get rid of them. So
these Palestinian people aren't getting anywhere near enough food. They reckon they needed 300 trucks supply trucks every day
It's like 2
for a
million
month
people.
just to keep those people at bay. But the guys, obviously the oppressors, aren't letting them in.
Yeah, well, it's 2 million people. It's like an unimaginable amount of people to feed. You know what I mean?
But apparently, like, there's so many trucks waiting. They
Yeah.
just want to go in, but they won't let them in.
Yeah, they just camp outside. But they've got a stupid narrative. They keep saying stuff like, we don't let them in because Hamas steal all the food. Like, what are you talking about? What are they going to do with the food?
And people got crushed by those airdrops, some of them. Do you know?
Yeah, I saw
Pallets
that. Yeah,
of
it's
food, and
horrible.
people were trying to... Oh, man.
It's dark and it just trying to get fed, and then they get crushed by a pallet because someone forgot to deploy the umbrella properly. Sorry, the parachute.
And I can't help, like, everyone's known that what was going on in that region was outrageous. But now that Biden's just come up and said that it's outrageous, it makes me think that they want us to think that there's enemies, like, that they don't get on. And so we're like, oh, yeah, Team Biden.
Macron was screaming at him last night as well. Saying
Who?
if you get into Rafah, it's a war crime at Bibi. Macron. But you know what? It's mad because you think, Macron, maybe he's a nice guy. He's screaming down the phone at him because even before he said he stepped over a red line, like, you shouldn't be doing this. But then you think, hold on, France has been in Africa for the last 60 years. In fact, do you know they used to test out nukes in Algeria on people in the 1960s?
No.
So they were testing nukes there. They sent over 1 million French people in Algeria. They used to cut off people's privates, put them in their mouths, put their head on a spike, just to keep them in control. And do you know the real reason why France is sending troops to Ukraine now?
To divert from his illicit relationship?
No, it's worse than that. I mean, we know he's married to a man. What's his name? Barry.
Brigitte Macron.
Barry Macron.
Allegedly Jean-Michel, or Michael Jean.
Mad.
Yeah. But Michael Jean is Brigitte's brother. But I think the reason why a lady called Candace Owens, if you guys watch as Noah, I'm sure you do if you like saucy content, they say that if it is a man and not a woman, then it means that the teacher that he was dating was another 8 years older than already being 24 years older. So it's kind of dark. And also, like, I'm not a sexist guy. I'm not a misogynistic guy, but I do believe that if a guy dates an older woman, you could kind of say cool if you want to come from that Western, like, oh, yeah, it's cool to date teachers. But I don't think there's and if you want to be gay, you can be gay. I'm not hating on that. I'm saying that, but if a guy is dating, if you're a gay guy and you're 15 years old, and you're dating someone 32 years older than me, I would be worried about the 15-year-old's health because I don't think that it wouldn't be healthy even if it's an older woman, but it's definitely not healthy if it's a man, because I view male energy, and I'm sure a lot of you viewers will know that it's dominant and it's very manipulative. And I think that I would worry who's really running the country if you'd met an older man. Even if it was a woman, but an older man, that's even more risky because that means he'd be a pedophile. And from what I understand, and from like I've seen all this horrific stuff, is pedophiles and manipulators. And if he's with a pedophile, then how could he be a democratically elected president if that's the situation? That's the scary
so you're
thing.
not team Jesu Macron?
You know what? Each their own, but that seems like an illegal relationship, and it seems pedophilic.
Yeah, definitely.
And I don't want to judge, but I also think that we are talking about sending innocent people to die in a ditch, and these people are people who are righteously letting innocent, not like wrongly thinking it's righteous, letting innocent people die. Like, no, okay, there has to be a point where we say, right, who's really running this? Because a good human wouldn't allow this. So maybe it is something to do with, it could be a conspiracy, but again, Jean-Michel Macron stops existing the minute Brigitte exists. Which
And
is
also, what happened to the brother? Did they disappear him or what? If she took his place?
Yeah, he's still alive though, apparently.
Oh, he's still alive.
But there's no trace. Genealogy shows no existence of him the minute he died. And also, so the story of Brigitte Macron, guys, just to prefix this, if anyone's, I'm just parroting what I've read and listened to, and it makes a lot of sense. But obviously, it could be BS. But it's interesting that she hasn't come out and disproven it, because that's such like a big deal. If someone marked my character like that, said that my wife was a man, I would be like, yo, let me just show you my wife as a kid and put this whole thing to bed.
Oh, they showed a picture of a kid, and it looks more like the brother. That's what's crazy about
That boy.
it. It's crazy.
Show a marriage photo. So her situation, allegedly, that before she met Macron, she was Macron's teacher. She fell for him because Macron had real depth when he was a poet. He's 15, she was like 45 or something, or 40. Anyway, they end up getting together. She leaves her husband, allegedly had £850 million. He's a banker, but they've never been able to find a banker. A photo that was previously shown, her and her husband, has been debunked because they got the wider photo and it was her with the faculty. It was her next to a man, but that was her man with hundreds of other teachers. And that was like, yeah, look, here's my husband. And then they found out that no, that was a science teacher. It wasn't your banker. The banker has never been photoed, never been seen. They can't find him. But that was her way of saying she got the money. What they believe is they believe that he was married to a woman and had kids with the woman. And then he did a sex change. And now he mothers the kids that he once fathered. So he does have 3 kids from a previous relationship. But the intricacies of how those kids came about have been a fallacy. And now the French people so strongly believe this that they are they're stood there doing marches wearing blonde wigs because they demand the truth. Now, I don't have a horse in this race. I just think we need to understand if there's a dark thing at play here. If you want to be gay, that's absolutely cool. Live and let live. But I have to wonder if a pedophile has corrupted a kid, is that anyone who should be running the country in that situation?
And plus, if he can't own being gay and he's hiding it, that's a huge tool that someone can use to manipulate him to get results they want. You know what I mean? Like, do this or we're going to expose that you're gay.
Yeah.
Do this or we're going to expose your wife is your husband. You know what I mean?
And it seems like people might have already been using that already, because have you seen, like, Trump had been dicing with that threat?
Dice. What did he say?
He said, I've got information on Macron's sex life that would blow the media up or something. And like, that sounds heavy. That sounds heavy, doesn't it?
That's like an inadvertent threat as well.
Yeah.
That's mad. Proper unprofessional for a president, but that's him.
And then I noticed Candace Owens, when she opened up on her first video, she goes, so I've got some news, but firstly I want to tell you what happened on the weekend. She's like, I met Trump. Anyway, so like, oh, so where did you get this news? but she's been given more than just words, because she said she's willing to stake her career on it. She's been given the evidence, but probably because, do you know what got taken from the Mar-a-Lago raid?
The files.
Documents on Macron's sex life. Google this, bro.
No. This
is wild.
I read it, yeah.
So then when you realize that, okay, so Trump got raided for documents, was that the deep state getting back what's theirs?
Yeah. He probably took that for a rainy day.
Yeah.
Mad.
So he got that for a rainy day. That was his insurance. That was his, what do you call it? Kill switch.
Yeah.
And then
he must have photocopy somewhere.
What you just said, bro, a second ago is like, did they use it to compromise? That's the issue. So what came first, the chicken or the egg? Did they select him, or did the pedophiles select him? And then they get them together and like, right, you're going to run for president? Or is it like, right, I've got these 2 weirdos. This guy who manipulated a 15-year-old boy to marry him, and now he's changed to a girl, and they don't want anyone to know. So why don't we put them in? Or is the pedophile the one? Do you know what I mean?
And the mystery money.
Yeah,
Maybe he came from a little country in the Middle East.
Because I don't know how
like
dark
Epstein,
this is.
You know?
Like, yeah.
Because Epstein's money's like, he was a teacher or something, or he's an investor, but no one has any solid, concrete evidence. You know what I mean?
And there's some other cool covenants with Epstein, bro. His friends, a lot of like his politician friends and like his like scientist friends. I've heard this Eric Weinstein, who seems like a good guy, humanitarian guy, anti everything that's going on right now. So like you kind of believe anyone who's just pro-human. And he says that Epstein had a rule, and his rule was he would never help friends trade because he didn't want that if it went wrong. Like, oh, that sounds like something someone would say if you didn't know what the F you were doing.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't let people copy his trades. So he was there dicing with the biggest traders, making, so say, millions. But if they say, yo, what you trading? Yeah, no. I don't do it with my friends. Okay. So no one that we know has ever done those trades with you when you've made billions. For me, you're a billionaire with an island that has its own runway, and you have unlimited compromising women as assets in your arsenal, which is completely heinous. So I have to imagine that it's a bit deeper than you just doing trades, bruh. And there's a reason why you won't let anyone trade. It's because it's not about the trades. This is a sting operation. This is a very... Is it deep state? Is it Mossad?
They just printed CIA? It for him, basically, and gave it to him. And come up with a backstory, you know?
Yeah.
Because obviously, like, with crypto, I post all my trades in the chat, and they're all transparent. People can see they're 90% hit rate, like, always getting them on point. So if he's that good and he's a billionaire, he owns an island, what do you mean it could go wrong? You're doing very well, you know what I mean? Just do what you're doing and give it to me. That's what you do for friends, right?
Yeah, we know your secret, boy. Bruh, and for sure as well, the more I think about it, there's a 100% chance he didn't die. I have to believe that a guy who's smart enough, if let's just go with all this stuff. He's smart enough to have all this, compromise all the most powerful people on the planet. There's no way in hell he got killed because of too many kill switches.
Yeah, he'll have backups on backups on backups of, if I ever get arrested, this lawyer's going to leak this lawyer's going to leak that. And they're all from his clan as well, you know what I mean? Normally from that trade, they're all a part of his, you know what I mean?
And yeah.
They'll have that trust.
And Ghislaine Maxwell, bruh. Yeah. Ghislaine Maxwell was running around and she was free for like 6 months after he died. She didn't even get put away. And I think they have way more power.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that like the way he was put in the cell or whatever was probably literally just it's purgatory. Like, right, okay, we need to work out how we get him over. What do we do? And he's going to be on his island. Nah, bruh. I got a quote that ties in with all this. Do you know what one of the Rothschilds once sent? I don't know which Rothschild it is, but you could Google this.
I'm sure.
Rothschild law. He goes, I don't worry about the lawmaker as long as I have all the money.
Yeah, I'm sure Rothschild, yeah. He goes, give me control of the nation's banks, something, and I'll control whatever.
Yeah.
I'll control the law.
And Epstein, he controlled the people who control the law, bro. He had videos of them doing bad things, I expect. Because, I mean, he had cameras.
And that's celebrities. Imagine the people who are behind, like, the Fed or the top bankers. The people who don't really have publicity. They're just old boys. Imagine them, the people who really run the country.
Yeah. Imagine this, bro. He wakes up. They've had a heavy night and they're hungover, and some guy from the IRS or, yo, that girl you were with last night, she was 15, bro. What? Don't worry. Don't want to know.
Don't worry about it. We're cool.
Just,
don't worry about it. You know, you just
we're brothers.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, we're cool.
Don't worry about it.
And then randomly next week you get a call like, hey, I've just had a letter from the IRS. Remember that thing last week? Oh, God, you said we were cool, though. He's like, no, I need a favor, man. It's just a favor.
Yeah. I want to set up another party. It's going to be good, bro. But anyway, off topic. Any chance you can buy these guns? I've got a country over here. We're about to we're about to go in. And they can't even say no because they've literally just mentioned that thing, you know.
Yeah, and he's like, but I can't, I'm not allowed. I'm like, well, look, your wife's going to be really upset. Your reputation will be ruined. You know what I mean? And he's like, all right, just spin any narrative. Just get it done. I got faith in you, bro. Dude.
Yes.
And he just sat there like, what do I do? You know what I mean? Next thing you know, you're somehow finding a way to do it. Because like I said, most people, if I put a gun to your head and said, make £1 million by tomorrow, you're going to bang your head on the wall and you're going to be able to do it.
Yeah, bro.
It's the same thing. Like, that's your whole life online.
It's mad.
It's dark in it. He had cameras in every room, like hallways, like hidden in plant pots, everything. Mad.
Imagine how sick those people fell out. Because they probably didn't even know the girls were underage. They just think like, oh, it's my lucky day. I'm on an island. I'm getting fed cocaine and drink and beautiful women. Oh, they own me and I'm meant to be in a position of authority. I'm an elected official. And now there's a video of me having sex with the underage person. You're crazy, bruh.
Yeah, because these would be like normal working people. They'd just be like cogs.
And because they're not even God-fearing, like, God forbid something ever happened to me like that, bruh. You would have to just look yourself in the mirror and say, yo, I'm about to do a hell of a lot more damage if I don't just take accountability here. But these people, they view everything as the earthly possessions is the real. So if your every single minute isn't enjoyed on this planet, then heaven forbid you're not getting what you deserve. So just do what you say. Just do what he says. And then your wife can stay with you and your kids will be happy and you're not shamed. Bro, you're going to be shamed for eternity.
So yeah, the real reason why France wants to send troops to Ukraine to beat Russia is because this whole time, for the last 60 years, you know Macron was like a lefty peace guy, blah, blah, blah. He's not. Yeah. For the last 60 years, France has been in Africa, like crushing any uprising, making sure they get uranium for cheap from Niger. Have you ever wondered about how the French economy is even alive? Because it seems like a whole lot of nothing. They got Paris, then they got all these places. All they do is what? Wine?
Yeah.
Wine, cheese, and what else? They don't have anything. How are they still alive? You know what I mean? How do they live in such a chilled lifestyle? It's because they had like 6 countries in Africa, a whole area, which do any trade with the world, they'd have to turn their money into francs. And the ratio of their francs, so normal French franc, was 2. So they're buying everything half price.
Yeah.
And all the uranium, they're pretty much getting free because they print the money out, give it to them. They get uranium, they get gold, they get all this stuff. But the Wagner Group went to Africa and started liberating all these countries. And they were in charge of all these countries now. And then obviously since that, whatever's name, Berkshire got killed by Putin.
Yeah, they've been run out, haven't they?
Yeah, so yeah, France has been run out. They had to run out because they could beat all these little uprising groups. But when Russia came in there and backed these little militias, there's some guy called Ibrahim something. He's taken over Niger now. And they had stopped getting free uranium now.
Man,
you know what I mean?
Bro, yeah.
So they're in a real bad way economically. So they need to beat Russia so they can take back Africa, because that's the only thing keeping the French economy alive is the free gold and uranium they're getting.
Mad, brother.
It's proper dark, but yeah, if you look into it, it's got like 100 layers to it. But it's that Russia beating them in Africa is why they're going.
Mad. We're going to have to tie it up now because it could die any second.
Sweet.
Sweet, brother. Over and out.
Nice one.